You residents will have the opportunity to chime in on the conversation. It's never been done before. See how many of you are ballsy enough to actually comment in a real life. Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Mide Oni, the one and only, and you guys are watching Hot Seats, where we will be discussing everything happening in our community, whether it's locally, nationally, or globally. Let's get into it. First on the agenda, we have Nicki Minaj getting arrested in Amsterdam for the possession of weed. Now, when I saw this story, my first thought was, is weed not legal in Amsterdam? Because I be having me a time when I go to Amsterdam. But I had to Google it, and allegedly it's not legal to smoke weed or to be in possession of weed in Amsterdam. If you have like 5 grams or something like that, you can actually be arrested for that. But it's like one of those things where people just look the other way, because they have coffee shops and stuff where it's only accepted in the coffee shops, apparently. So what the story is that Nicki Minaj was flying from Amsterdam to Manchester, where she had a concert, and she was stopped by the Amsterdam police, where they were told that she would have to exit her vehicle and have her bag searched.
What did they say?
Second,
Tell me again.
the police officer told me we have to offload all the luggage
Okay.
and to search everything
Okay.
of your luggage. I'm so sorry to say that.
But isn't that what you planned on doing from the get-go? Why didn't you guys search it before it went on the plane?
They did just a quick check, but now they want to open
Why?
it. And first of all, because you filmed him, and he was like,
Because I filmed him.
yeah, he was like, he doesn't believe me that you don't have more with you than you say.
No, he asked me, do I have any more in those purses? And I said no. And I asked him, where are my bags? They took my bags and put it on the plane before I could know what bags are on the plane.
I see.
Yeah. So.
I'm so sorry for that.
Okay, of course.
Nicki Minaj proceeded to stay on live, which I'm very happy that she did. Obviously, if you know anything about police when it comes to black people, there have been some stories. I'm not making it up. It's all statistics. You can Google it yourself. I'm very happy that she stayed on live and made sure that she was protecting herself. Now, there's been many comments as to if she thinks that she's above the law. Why do celebrities always put themselves in such predicaments and then cry about it after? From what I gathered, it doesn't seem as though she had any weed in her possession. They wanted to search her bags, and she is alleging that they were targeting her because they didn't want her tour to be successful. Now, Nicki Minaj be saying things sometimes, so we don't actually know if this is true, but I do think that it doesn't really make sense that she was targeted in a country that sells weed. But obviously I understand that if you get from one country to the other and you're taking substances that are illegal in the other country, that it could be frowned upon. But the story's just not really making sense to me. I'm not really sure why this has happened, but according to Nicki Minaj, like I said, they were targeting her. So all the best. Let's move on. Love Island is back on our screens, and just in time for me to give you guys some commentary. Now, let's look at the lineup. I mean, I don't expect much from Love Island at this point. The diversity is just never given. Like, it's always just one black girl, one black guy, and then the rest of them, the palms. It's 2024. All of these white girls more or less look the same. But then, that being said, I am of the firm belief that people only want to see pretty things on their screen. I know a lot of people want to push this kind of thing of like, oh, we should get plus size people, we should get people that are less abled. I just don't think people would be interested in watching that. Sorry. I just don't. I think people say things because it sounds nice, like a little rhythm in their ear, but when it comes down to the actual facts, I don't think people would want to see a dad bod on their screen. Sorry, don't shoot messenger. I'm just saying, you know? But that aside, I am looking forward to a little bit of drama this summer. I mean, Who doesn't love a bit of drama? I'm hoping that it's going to be a juicy one. The Love Islands have been giving so far, so I'm very, very excited to see what is to come. I will be keeping you guys updated, commenting on it every single night, so make sure you follow me on Instagram because I will be updating you guys, okay? Let's move on. So on Madam Joyce's podcast called Cocktails and Takeaway, check it out, it's such a great podcast. She was discussing with her guests what age qualifies you as an auntie.
We had this conversation last week and we were like, what is the age for auntie age? And the girls were saying 34 is there.
I will leave this show.
No, I'm sorry, but I was fighting. I was defending.
What was you saying?
I was like, no. I said, no, that's not auntie age at all.
God is going to restore my youth. I believe that is biblical. He will restore it. That's somewhere in the Bible.
Hallelujah.
What year were you born?
97.
Oh, Lord. Was Biggie already dead?
Yes, it was the year Tupac died.
Now, there's been a lot of talk about aunties online. Allegedly, I'm an auntie. I mean, sexy auntie to you. But yeah, so apparently, if you hit the age of 30, you're an auntie. My definition of auntie is much different. I think I'm not an auntie yet because none of my siblings, my one good sister, has had a child. So by definition, I'm not an auntie. But obviously to the younger generation, they would say I'm an auntie. But for me personally, I think when you start to, put on, I'm not fat shaming here because I once upon a time was a whale. So I'm allowed to say this. And I looked like an auntie when I was big. It was just, it was giving auntie. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it was giving auntie. If your back is big, it's more likely than that you're an auntie. But anyway, apart from the body of it all, I think it's a kind of a mindset as well. Like how you carry yourself, if you kind of see yourself as, I'm just coming home from work. I'm just, if you don't, you don't keep the spunk, you don't keep it alive, then yeah. You're an auntie. I think it's about a mindset. I think it's about how you carry yourself. I think it's about the way you present yourself. But also there's different variations of auntie because you have rich auntie, you have sexy auntie, and then you have those aunties. Not that it's a bad thing. Everybody's beautiful in the eyes of the Lord. But yeah, that's my take on it. Okay, let's move on. I just love it when Black people specifically, they build their way up the ladder, they become successful, and they give back to their community. I think it's a very, very commendable thing to do. And an example of this here is Raheem Sterling funding 14 university students from an African or Caribbean background, and basically paying their entire tuition fee. I don't know if you guys know now, but tuition fees in unis have gone up so much. I think it's like, is it $9,000 now? Like, that's insane. When I was in uni, it was $3,000 per year. And now people are paying basically my whole time at uni in 1 year. Like, it's absurd. So I think this is amazing. I would encourage a lot more celebrities to do this. Like, if they have the money and they have the means, to definitely pour back into the community. There were a few people in the comments that were just like, isn't this racist? Isn't this... Black people can't be racist, first and foremost. So no, it's not racist. And second of all, why would it be a bad thing to help people in your community? I just posed that question to you guys so you can ask yourselves, instead of being negative all the time, just ask yourself, what is actually the matter here? What's the problem? Am I just being a negative Nancy again? Yeah, probably. But anyway, shout out to Raheem Sterling, amazing job, and good luck to the 14 applicants that get the funding. Moving on.
Some boy don't know what the dance say, me a tell him say we a beg you.
Get it. Oh my God, don't get me started on Vibes, you know. I grew up on Vibes. This, I'm sorry, is very bad news to me. I'm sorry, I know he unalived someone, but can we wrap it up? He needs to be out for summer. I'm sorry. I know, guys, you're going to say I'm insensitive. I'm really, really sorry. Can he just come out for summer, then go back in? Because I need me some songs. I'm sorry. I'm going to Dream Weekend. Shout out everyone going to Dream Weekend in August. And I was really looking forward to hearing, fuck yeah. I was really looking forward to it. So this is kind of messing up my summer. I'm sorry, it is. I'm really, really gutted. I know a lot of people are just like, you know, he did commit a crime and X, Y, Z, and I understand that, and my condolences to everybody involved. But I wanted to get lit this summer. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry. Let's move on before I say something mad. Police figures show Black women in London are facing a femicide crisis. Now, mind-boggling, honestly. So for those of you that don't understand what this means, is that the rate in homicides towards Black women has gone up from 41% in 2021 to 63% as of last year. That is quite a big jump. 63% of women killed have been Black women. That's insane. That is insane. And it's really, really hard to digest as a Black woman, because it just, obviously when you hear these type of figures, you get quite scared, you get quite worried. And as a mother who is raising a Black young girl, this is not something that I would ever want to hear. I don't have the answers or the solutions to change this situation, but if this is something that you kind of have solutions for, you have things that we can implement in our community, then please do comment below. Let's kind of like start or some sort of initiative rather to kind of stop this from happening, because our Black women should not be dying at the rate in which they are dying. There's so many things that are pit out against us, 5 times more likely to die while giving birth. Now the rate of homicides against Black women are higher. Like, it's just too much. It's too much. I don't want to get into like the reasons that I believe that this is happening, because I feel like I don't think I have the right knowledge to speak on these issues, and I don't want to sound ignorant, but I do think there are definitely deeper things as to why this is happening, but I want to educate myself a bit more before I come on this platform and speak about it. If you guys have any ideas as to why you think this is happening, please comment below. Let's have a conversation. Let's get a conversation started and bring more awareness to this. But rest in peace to everybody that has lost, every Black woman that has lost their life. And hopefully the rate goes down drastically, because this has to stop. But yeah, that's it from me. So obviously, we live in a generation where trolls are just coming at us left, right, and center. I mean, it's very brave to be behind a screen and giving your opinion. Is it not? Well, I'm taking that away from you guys now, because I'm going to start reading out some of your comments, because let's be honest, a lot of you guys are giving illiterate. It's giving no education. It's giving no sense. And I'm going to start reading out some of your comments, and I'm going to be shaming some people, because we've lost shame in this environment. We've lost shame in this society. So I will be shaming you guys. Okay? Toodles.